the hero's journey, the journey of the hero and the heroine.
Yeah.
Yes, and goed gezegd, Marcel. We're gonna talk in Dutch and in English. I welcome everybody who looks to this video or watches this video. I decided to do a series of interviews with all fellow travelers that I met along my fool's journey and my heroine's journey. And because I had an interview with James not so long ago, but then the recording went all wrong. There was no sound.
No
So
sound.
I had a good conversation with James already, but okay, we couldn't share it with the world. And for me, it's important to share the journey with the world. I think it's a good time, and as we're stepping in a new paradigm, to share our stories and to share as well what helped us along the journey. That's why I asked James Wanless and Marcel Zwart to join me in this Soul to Soul talk. I talked with James. The concept is it's like the soul train. So the soul train is like the hippie bus that James once told me about. So now I'm reinventing that magic bus that took travels from Leiden to India in the 60s. And we're doing like a new kind of magical soul train. And I'm picking up James first in the United States. And then we travel to the Netherlands to pick up Marcel Zwart, and I am in Suriname. So the
Wow.
technology gives us this possibility to just do our thing and have this talk. So thank you very much, Marcel Zwart and James Wanless, for joining us on the Soul Train for a Soul to Soul talk.
I
Marcel,
love
jij
it.
begon al over de heldenreis. We're gonna do it in English and in Dutch.
Ah,
Yes.
would it not be easier to just speak English?
Yeah, okay, we speak English. Is
We
also
can
good.
translate everything later
Yes, yes. English is the language then. It's my favorite
for this
language.
moment, yes, for this reunion.
Marcel, maybe you can introduce yourself because I haven't introduced you. But you are the translator of the Voyager that James created, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
yes. I translated the Voyager Tarot in my own words.
I'm gonna show
Um,
it. This is the Dutch version of the Voyager Tarot.
Oh,
yeah, the
wow.
English version with the guidebook written by James Wanless, who also wrote the Way of the Great Oracle, shortened by lovers into the Wogo, and he wrote many other books which are all very, very interesting and fun and very instructive to read. I
Thank you.
remember working in the New Age winkel, the New Age shop Himalaya, and at a certain point, uh, I gathered intuitively that James Wanless had made uh, had made acquaintance with the cards of Mr. Crowley, the Thoth deck, and at a certain point in that same shop, I found the book that he had written, New Age Tarot, which was very funny to find that book in a New Age shop. So there was a strong connection already with James before I had even met him. And I must say, uh, writing about the Voyager Tarot in my own words in Dutch is, in my experience, much, much easier than to translate
Oh,
the James Wallace, because James, you have a very beautiful, a very mythical way, but also a very poetic way I think, and I would not be able to handle that. So, as a translator, I think most translators would find it difficult, and I think the translation that appeared in Holland was too dry kind of language, in my opinion.
But isn't that due to the Dutch language, Marcel? Because if you look at English, it's much more, I think, a universal language than our Dutch language.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I have, since I was about 20, I have a tendency to think in English.
Yeah.
Although
Me,
my English is not so very good
yeah.
in plain living situations, you know, but the universal side and the mythical side and the mystical side of life, that's in a way for me easier to express and to experience through English than through Dutch.
Yeah,
That's
I
how it
think
works for me.
this is quite something I've pondered upon, Marcel, because I think as well in English, and sometimes I think, is it because we have past lives where English was like the universal language? I don't know. I can more express myself through English emotionally than in Dutch.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I can express myself in Dutch as well during the years, you know, by practicing, giving sessions with the Voyager Tarot, giving sessions with astrology, and
Yes.
especially the combination is really beautiful.
Uh-huh.
So, but I would still, although my English tends to be a bit rusty lately also, but I would immediately tune in when someone would want a reading in English. You know, it's just it happens like that.
right.
Yeah.
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 And
So English is in a
Marcel,
way very fitting language. Yeah.
and then we give the word to James because you told us how you met James. James is, of course, the creator of the Voyager, and in my opinion, he doesn't need an introduction because he has so many videos already on YouTube and everywhere. But I leave the word to you, James. We are doing a reunion, and it is like rebirth, revive, and I want to have this conversation as really in this reunion. Let us get back to the past, the present, and the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
A time travel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're time traveling on the Soul Train.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's card
yeah.
number 20. Time
Uh,
space.
uh, yeah. Gail, the first time I met Marcel was in was in California. I mean, Marcel lives in Netherlands, in Amsterdam. He's California. Who is this guy? I get a message from my good friend Julie that there's a man here from Holland who wants to talk to you about coming to Amsterdam. And I went, who? Really? Wow, I liked it. Huh. Oh, okay, okay. Who is this guy, Marcel? And Marcel, this is in a little town, Monterey, in California, the state of California. And he comes to the house I'm living in there. Marcel, in person, all the way from, Netherlands, from Amsterdam, all of a sudden showing up at my house, my place in California, and it was amazing. It was like, who is this? And really, for what? Why? And so it was so interesting to meet. And I think, Marcel, you have a brother who lives in
Tucson.
America.
Yeah.
Where?
In
In
Arizona, in Tucson.
Arizona. And you had stayed at his place, I think, in Arizona a little while. And then he comes all the way to California. It's a long way away from Amsterdam, you
Yeah.
know. And,
Yeah.
and then he invites me. He says, "Hey, come, let's do Voyager in Netherlands. Come, visit. We'll do workshops and classes and readings and everything." And I said, "Sure." Let's go. I'm a Voyager. I'm a
You're a
Voyager.
Voyager, yes.
Yeah. And I think Marcel's a Voyager too, you know.
Sure.
He's a Voyager in consciousness too, he's a great astrologer. And it's very interesting to have his contribution to the Voyager Tarot from his point of view, which he knows is astrology. So, Gail, in our conversation here, in your interview with us, it's great to have his understanding of astrology and how it can relate to the Voyager deck of cards. So that, to me, this is interesting, fascinating for me, because I know astrology, but not as well as Marcel at all. So Marcel is my hero. We're doing the hero's journey here, you know, and which is a classic reading. It's classic. It's fantastic. Um, but I like to bring my heroes into real people. And so, in my way, I think Marcel has been my hero in Europe, especially, of course, in Netherlands. Uh, but now, Gail, you're my heroine. You're my female hero. I mean, because you took my classes, you know, in Holland, and then you made this happen. You're the producer here, Gail. You made it happen. You got Marcel, you got me, and you got us both on this phone call, on this message, on our
Yeah.
connection here. That is amazing. You
Because
are amazing.
because on the heroine's journey, I think we are in a time that the divine feminine is gonna lead the way.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
So
I wonder, Marcel. I wonder because I agree with that. Women are the force. They are the power for me in the world today.
Sure.
Women,
yeah,
Yeah.
women.
and
You
this
know.
concept of the heroes and heroines journey is of course the concept of Joseph Campbell, right?
Yes,
Psychologically, it is Joseph Campbell who wrote The Hero with Many Faces. Was that the book?
I think so. I think that was the
Yes.
title. I'm not. I can't. You
Yeah,
know.
and then I cannot remember her first name, but Murdoch wrote The Heroine's Journey because it's a different kind of journey.
Wow. Wow.
Maureen Murdoch wrote The Heroine's Journey.
Oh.
So for me to be here with the young energy, with two male figures, I think I am an Aquarius, and Marcel also did for me a report a long time ago. I think the time has come to bring together the yin and the yang in union because we had the feminist movement. I think men have to grow up now and be like feel like
I,
the hero also in my story, because a heroine needs a hero.
ooh, I
So
like
that's why
that.
we're talking today, because I say always hero win, but like heroine has like the hero within it, like a
Yeah,
woman has a
yeah,
man within it. So if you
Mm-hmm.
say woman with how do you call it, where man, it's like the whole concept is always into the woman. I mean, every human being comes out of a woman.
Oh, sure.
well, that's true.
We wouldn't be anywhere without women.
I mean,
exactly,
so
mom.
it's a
Yeah,
simple concept, but I think mom, if we look at the relationship with mom, for both genders, we have the mother wound.
right. Mother Earth too, Gaia.
Yeah, so we have a wound that concerns the mother.
Uh huh. Yeah.
And that is the wound as a collective, I think we have to heal, because if we do not honor our relationship with the mother, that's why we treat earth like this and nature like this.
Yes.
Because if you don't honor the mother, the great mother of
Yeah.
all, then we will be lost, because the great mother, I'm in Suriname now, we call it Mama Sranang.
What do you call it?
Mama Sranang.
Mama Suriname.
Yes.
Suriname.
Yes. So Sranang is like Suriname and Mama is the mother.
Uh,
But I mean, it's like Pachamama, it's like Gaia, it's Mother Nature.
Mother Nature. Mother Nature.
And I think this world will be lost as other civilizations before us if we don't get our acts together, come into union, like sacred divine feminine, sacred divine masculine, to build a new paradigm, to connect with each other. We are going into the Aquarius age, or we are already in it. It's about community, it's about caring about each other, loving each other, and loving the earth.
Well, well said. You,
So,
you're
sounds
good.
beautiful.
So that's
Yeah,
what these talks are about, like to
I agree.
inspire people, but
Uh,
also to raise consciousness. You cannot save the world, but you can make small circles where you are.
yes. And this is a great, like you said, Gail, a great reunion with
Yeah.
us. Me with you, me with Marcel. Fantastic.
Yeah,
And we bring together South America, where you live, with Europe, Western Europe, especially where Marcel lives, and
yeah,
now North America, United States.
yeah,
So to bring these three continents together is what
Mm,
we need in the world today.
yeah, yeah.
You
And
know.
we can start like doing this talk because we are
Okay.
three individuals, but we are all interconnected. So the work we do influences the collective as well. Ain't it right, Marcel?
sure. Yeah.
sure thing.
Yeah.
So we are starting today with this reunion, but
yes.
it is my intention and my hope that we can revive the Voyager in workshops and events, uh,
Wow.
in the circles, making the circles where we are.
I love this. I love it,
Mm,
Gail. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll come to Suriname. I'll go to Netherlands. I'm coming. Let's go.
Yes, and for me now, James, for me, the priority is like the sustainable card deck
Yeah,
because
this
maybe you can show it.
this one here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sustain
how
yourself.
big are they?
What did you say?
They are very big indeed,
Oh God,
these cards.
the deck it's beautiful. It's a great production, but it's very heavy. This is
Mm,
heavy,
yeah,
but
Because how
they're
many cards
beautiful.
are there, James?
yeah.
101, 101 cards, and it's
Plus a
all in
book.
color. The book's all in color. The cards are here. You know, it's an incredible production. Wow.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Mm,
I know. I don't know it yet, but I love it already. But I want to
Well,
ask Marcel because that is an oracle card deck. And maybe Marcel can explain what the difference is when you use an oracle card deck or a tarot such as the Voyager.
oh, well, good luck, Marcel.
Ah,
uh, well, um, primarily, uh, my the way I see you, James, is you always feel this inner urge to make something new. You have a very strong creative urge,
Yes.
and that manifests itself in all kinds of ways.
Hmm.
Um, and and maybe because I'm used to the Voyager Tarot so much, it feels like it has become part of me.
Yeah.
So, and the Marieke and me have been using the 101 nature cards
Wow.
for something like 1.5 or 2 years.
Yeah.
And we were always very impressed by what you wrote about the cards.
Wow.
So, well, we like the image, but we go to the book. And it never evolved in my life the way the Voyager Tarot. I got hooked in some or other way. It fits with me, you know.
yeah.
I think it fits and still fits with um, me experiencing myself as different from the masses in a way,
Uh-huh.
as um, more. Uh, I lost the word in Dutch. I lost the word in English.
But what is the word in Dutch?
Yeah.
And when you do not want to conform yourself to what people think you should be
Me.
or do,
Yeah.
or how people think you should think.
Yeah.
I'm a nonconformist, or however you would pronounce it in English,
Yeah.
and that
That
fits very
that would
well with
that would
me
seem
and the
like the
Voyager Tarot.
fool. That would seem like the
Oh,
fool.
sure, yeah,
The journey
yeah,
starts there.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I also think that the hero's journey centers around the fool and the chariot. It's
Ooh.
like the
Mm.
fool and the chariot, and then
Nice.
the the kaka cards have a very important function. I many
Ooh.
times say in readings, yeah, yeah.
Fool.
Yeah, the
Many times I
fool.
say in reading, suppose you read a book that goes like the personage, the central personage of the book wants something and then goes and gets it, and then the story is done. But the problem is the story becomes interesting along the way, when all along the way, not only wonders and miracles happen, but also setbacks and all kinds of things. And
Yes,
without those setbacks, there would never be a story.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Right.
This is the hero's journey. You have it very, very correct, Marcel. It's
Yeah.
and you're a very independent thinker.
Mm.
You think your way and you follow
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
truth. And
Mm.
I do the same thing. And now we know that Gail does. I think we all share a lot of common things, for
Yeah.
sure, for
Definitely.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we all once decided to take the leap of faith, just as the fool
uh,
starts a new journey. Um, and that's a nice thing that Marcel was saying this, because it takes a lot of heart and courage
yes,
to step out of that cliff, as the fool does in the classical tarot, right? With only
yeah,
a small bag on his back and his dog. I
yeah,
think a lot of people are now ready and becoming aware or awakening to the fact that we are all traveling this fool's journey.
yes,
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
But it's not for the faint of heart, ain't it?
No, you either you're strong or you become strong.
Yes, yes.
Well, I love the way Marcel, what you put together the fool child like zero, the number zero, like you know.
Yeah,
But then you also mentioned, I think,
yeah,
the
Yes.
chariot card, and the chariot is okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who I am. We're all born that way. We're born at well, what? Who am I? Why am I? Where am I? What? So what? So what? And at some point, when we grow up a little bit, we say, "Hey, I want this kind of life. I want to live like this." And that's the chariot. The chariot says, "Okay, get your life together and let's go. Take
Mm.
you who you are, whoever you are, take yourself into the world,
yeah,
Mm.
join the world." But that's a hero's journey because there's no
Mm.
guarantee, no
Exactly.
safety net, no security really what's going to happen. We just
mm,
try.
Hmm.
And I'm sure Marcel, when he met me in California, he just said, "Well, I've heard this guy's okay."
yeah,
And he goes all the way
yes,
there. That's
Yeah.
the
yes.
fool child. Takes
Yeah.
the risk,
Yeah.
you know.
And I want to also mention the way I met James was through also synchronicity,
Mm,
because the woman who did like James his events, I met her, or I called her, just like I called you up, because I don't have like how do you call it, scruples. um and now with the internet, I have something like, I'm just gonna call that person up. If it's a possibility, I will connect. So it fell onto my lap that I had to organize an event for James in the Netherlands. And I was so freaking fucked off that only 6 people were joining the workshop. And then I called James and I said, James, I'm very sorry. I did my best. Um, but I only have 6 persons to join your workshop. And you came all the way from America to the Netherlands to only have 6 people in a workshop. And James answered, but that's okay. We'll make it a fun workshop. And that was how I met James. And afterwards, throughout the years, throughout the journey, I stayed in contact every time, like with Marcel. when my Marcel comes into my mind, I think I have to call our male Marcel. And that's the way it went also with this interview, that I thought I have to do this reunion because the Voyager is calling me back to be the Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
We are Voyagers in
Yeah,
life. In
yeah.
life, we're always going somewhere, somehow, some way, for who knows why. But
But
we're
that's
all travelers, you know?
but that's why this deck is so beautiful, James, because it stays with you once you, what Marcel was saying as well, it becomes you. So the Voyager has always been in difficult times, navigating storms, my compass to look at the cards and keep going, you know?
Right, right. Yes, yes. And one thing on the hero's journey, in that the reading that we do with the Voyager cards, um, we all have what we call allies in English. Allies are your best friends. The people who support you, you
Yeah,
support
yeah,
them.
yeah,
We're in this together. We are one. We are
yeah,
united. And here we are in a reunion. So here we are back together again.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I go, why? 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 What is it about our lives that we're together again, the three of us? What's so special about this? Who are we? Why is this the
Mm-hmm.
reunion? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
of course, because I like the cards, what I do, I have that question in my mind. Why are we here together? What about
Mm-hmm.
us? What about us? And
Yeah.
so I I I want to, and because I like to pick cards, I say, why are we together?
yeah. And
Yeah.
Why?
you have this thing, pick a card. I have
Oh,
the app. You're pick a
pick
card captain or something.
Captain Picard. Pick a card
Yeah, yeah. So pick a card on this.
on our Star Trek, our
Yes,
Star
Yeah.
Voyage.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'm going to pick a card for each of you. Is that
Oh,
okay? Can I do that?
Yes, it's
yes.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So why are Marcel and I getting together now? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are we? Why do we still know each other? Why do we stay in contact? Why? 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 So I'm going to pick a card.
Yeah.
This is
And why is this divine feminine bringing us together?
what did you say? 70? What? What?
Why is this divine feminine bringing us together?
Oh, well,
Because
okay.
what comes up is the number three. It's the Trinity, right?
Well, and the Empress, by the way, number three.
My
You
destiny
know.
number is number three.
Oh, you're a three.
Destiny
Wow.
number. No, I'm a one life path, a 10,
Right.
a 10. So I'm the magician and I'm the
Uh,
wheel of fortune.
is,
But my destiny number, where I have to go to, is to become the empress.
oh, good,
Ooh.
good. That's a great journey. That's a heroine.
It's a
Hero.
heroine's journey, yeah?
Yeah. Wow. I think another word for hero, a female hero, would would be a shero.
Yeah, a
Shero.
shiro.
Shiro. That's a
A
good one.
Shero.
shiro. Yeah,
And I have a great Japanese student who is called Shiro. So
really?
Mm.
it's like, okay, good, very nice. So, but I'm going to pick a card for me and Marcel.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
and Marcel. And then we'll
Okay.
get to you, Shiro, in a second.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm just going to pick it. This is
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
card for Marcel. And oh, yes, yes, yes. The number one card, the magician.
Wow.
Wow.
Marcel has got magic. He is a magician.
You see,
Time
it's
for the magic part.
manifestation time. It is the time
And,
to manifest the things we want.
and to do it together,
Yeah.
that's a lot of power. That's magic.
Yeah.
That's magic. Now, I want to pick a card for us. Hero, Gail. I'm sorry, I have a cough here. Oh well. Oh well.
Doesn't matter.
Where I live now is there's a lot of it's very green. It's a green country here. This in North Carolina, and it's lots of trees, forest, you know, parks, green, green, green. But I get pollen. I get a little.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm, I have a little problem sometimes breathing. Okay, so maybe Marcel, maybe you could take it off now. I got a cough, and I'll be back. Okay, can you
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
that?
Okay.
Okay, I'll be
Yeah.
back. Wow.
Take some water.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
So, Marcel, you have the magician card. Do you recognize yourself in the magician energy?
Um, yeah, I know I have it. I know I have it. Yes.
Because what is your life path number?
Um, well, actually, it's all cards that end in the magician. So it's 19 and 10 and 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it was the perfect card.
Yeah, my birth date adds up to 19,
Wow.
and then 1 plus 9 is 10, and then 1 plus 0 is 1. And I'm a Sagittarius, so there is card number art, number 14.
And I'm also a Sagittarian, and um, so we have a good connection. Sagittarians, you know, they travel, they go places. They're good
Yeah,
voyagers.
yeah,
But
yeah.
now we want to include Marcel women in our reunion. Our
But before you
Yes.
go
Voyager.
on to the Empress, I want to ask
Okay.
Marcel
Okay.
about the Sagittarius because for the viewers, I like it that Marcel did what I am doing as well when you combine the
Yeah.
numbers with astrology and with the tarot. Because we are talking about the Trinity, and I think using astrology, numerology, and the tarot together brings up the Holy Trinity in insight.
Hmm?
So, Marcel, can you tell us a bit about the Sagittarius from an astrological point of view?
Yeah, that's good.
Well, it's very much like James says. Um, it's going places, and it's not only going places physically, it's also going places mentally. So
Uh,
it's like the traveling part of the mind that
uh,
goes to search, to inquire different ways of reasoning, different ways of thinking. Um,
yes.
it's also like drawing, seeing conclusions that most people are drawing from certain kinds of thinking, and then thinking, how could this be different? Um, it's a very alert and very busy mind. Um,
Yes.
and also,
Isn't the Sagittarius like the wise one in astrology, like the wise teacher?
it's the potential of Sagittarius for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But um, I'm pretty open and loose in connecting these things, especially when giving readings.
Yeah.
It's very much also something with intuition, um, and yeah, Sagittarius being a fire sign is of course also a sign of intuition. What I love about card number 14, connected with Sagittarius, is that it's called art.
Yes.
Um, and so in a way, it's the artful way of thinking,
Yeah.
which is always
Right.
always trying to break free from uh,
Right.
thought patterns that in some or other way constrain yourself without you really
Right.
realizing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Marcel, are you still doing readings?
yes, 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 yes,
So after this recording, people worldwide can book a reading with you, also online?
Good.
yes, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Well, we will put it in the links afterwards, but I was wondering if you still do that.
yes, yes, yes. I'm doing it for sure. Yeah.
Great. Great. I mean,
Hmm.
you've been doing readings, Marcel, for a long time, right?
Yes, astrology since 84,
Whoa.
1984, and the Voyager Tarot since 1987.
Wow. Wow. You're an old guy.
I'm. You are saying that.
He is
That's
like,
a
he
nice
is
one.
like, in the goddess tradition, they say maiden, mother, and crone. You are both my crones. You have both become my wise teachers, and now I turned 50. I'm 51 now, so I'm
Wow.
also in my crone phase. So I'm a wise woman now. I've left the
Okay.
Ah.
maiden and the mother behind me,
Mhm.
and then
Okay.
we come back together to the Holy Trinity.
Wow. That's very cool. Now, what I'd like, Gail, is to find why we are together again in reunion, to
Yes.
Yes.
regenerate, to
Yeah.
revitalize
See what this
here.
Holy
So I'm gonna.
Trinity
Can I
is
pick a
about.
card?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It stopped. The connection is not so well, I think, at this time. Yeah,
Okay.
it stopped for a while, but we are back online.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good.
you were about to do a card about the Trinity between you, me, and Marcel.
Right. Right. So let's pick your card. What are you astrologically, Gail? What's your?
Aquarius.
Oh, you're an Aquarian.
Yes, this is
Uh,
my time.
oh, okay. Okay, I'm picking a card for Gail as part of my partnership, my team with Marcel. Now, what about this guy, Gail? What about her? What's,
Yeah.
you know, wow, this could be interesting for sure.
I'm curious.
You're curious. Good. The best word, the best quality to have as a human being is curiosity. If,
Aha.
if, if
Yes.
you have no curiosity, you're not going to be here today.
Yes.
Mm.
You know, curiosity, most important kill.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Marcel, guess the card I got for her.
Mm,
Not, not the magician. Your card. Um,
the the priestess.
Gail, her card is the sun.
Oh
Whoa.
wow.
Oh
And you
my.
know
Oh my.
what? Just before you drew that card, I was about to sing "Let the Sun Shine In," like Aquarius.
Mm.
You are a very strong Aquarius. You're the sun. You're a power
mm,
player.
mm.
You're a mover and shaker. You make it
Yeah, but
happen. You
the
create.
sun, it's very interesting that Marcel just said he is like from a 19, a 10, and then a 1. I am a 10 and a 1. So I think the sun, number 19, is my shadow self.
Oh, really?
Yes, because the first part of my journey, I think I was afraid to step into my sun side
Yes.
and to shine bright. It was
Right.
like a card can be a positive card, can also be like a shadow card, right?
Sure. Sure. Yes.
Because
Yeah,
we
sure.
only talk about the shadow work in your negative sides, but
Right.
we also do shadow work in gaining the positive side, because not all shadow work is about negativity.
Uh-huh.
And I see Marcel is thinking about that. Maybe Marcel can say something about it. Because in our shadow can be our gifts as well, right?
Can be. Can be.
Is.
Yes. Good.
I,
Yes.
I I would frame it in other words. It's like what is in the shadow is one of the most important, or maybe even the most important part of you,
Mm-hmm.
of us, human
Mm-hmm.
beings.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's in the shadow means that uh, there it easily gets uh, repressed, and because of that, misformed in the way
Yes.
it expresses itself.
Yeah. That
So
is beautifully said, Marcel.
the thing in the shadow is by itself never negative, but the way it manifests itself is usually it has uh, traits that are not very nice or very open or very creative, or
Yes.
and that is because we need to really own ourselves, to
Yes.
allow ourselves to own that quality, and to govern it in a very beautiful way, and
Yeah.
to trust it, and to be joyful with it, and to be able to steer with it through
Yeah.
Uh,
life.
well said. Well said,
Yes.
Marcel.
Well said. Wow, Marcel. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is
And
the
and
positive.
and because I'm a Sagittarius, which is the art card, I'm I'm a creative. You know, Marcel, we're all creatives here. We are creative, very creative. And so now the greatest photographs I take, I think, are the shadows of me. And
Mm,
I take photos of me as a shadow in a tree, in the forest,
mm,
outside or inside, and I get the greatest fun, wild photos of who I am. The shadow me is, whoa! I think it's incredibly enlightening, and so it's when
mm,
we go into the dark side, we become enlightened.
Yeah.
mm.
Now we
Yeah,
see. Now
Yes.
we
yes,
see. And
yes.
those aspects of us are so important and entertaining. They're
Mm,
Yeah.
they're original, unique, very
Yeah, and
great.
I think as a collective, we are there because we are so afraid to look into that shadow or into the shadow parts of ourselves, that we only live half.
Ah, good one. Yes.
Because the
yeah.
whole new age thing, I mean, I went through it as well, was about having rose colored glasses on and not willing to look at the world as it is. So
Right.
Mhm.
you did your affirmations, you were like Alice in Wonderland and only positivity, uh, and rainbows and butterflies. And then when you go through that stage, you come to the deeper parts of you, the unconscious stuff that is holding you back, um,
Right.
the parts of you you don't want to look at. That's why I mentioned in your shadow is not only those bad parts, bad, but also the gifts you have that you cannot fully express.
Yes.
Marcel, that is what you all also were saying, right?
Yeah, it's
Like we then project it onto others. That's how we
Yes.
can learn about our shadow,
Right.
like who we admire, for example, but also who irritates the fuck out of us. So that's how
mhm.
we can see what is our shadow.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, could
And
I yeah,
yeah,
I'm
and
wondering.
maybe you can say, James, with the sun card, because Marcel also said every card has like a shadow side, right? So
Sure. Yes.
if you are
Yeah.
too much sun, you can be
Yeah.
quite
Oh,
dominant.
very dominant.
Yeah.
Oh God. I no.
But that is what Marcel was saying. If you don't recognize yourself in it, you're playing out the negative qualities of the sun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to know from Marcel, since we picked the magician card for who he is,
Yeah.
okay, which is a very positive, powerful card.
Yeah.
He's the magician. Wow. However, like you were talking about, Gail, what's the shadow side of the magician? What's the downside? Do you have anything, Marcel, to contribute to that?
Yeah. I think the downside of the magician is um, some kind of slyness, some kind of mental superiority. Uh, um, that's one part. In my case, I do really see that part for sure, but also it's like um, uh, a little bit hesitant to really be the magician in a
Right,
very full,
right.
fiery, complete way.
Now you're
To
not the sun is out there, yes,
Yeah,
but the magician could be sneaky. You know,
yeah,
a
Yeah,
lot of
and
secrets and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
when Marcel was talking, the toad deck came into my mind. It has three magicians in the deck, huh? It has like
yeah,
the transcendental magician, the dark magician, and the light magician.
Okay.
yeah.
Can you tell us something about that, James? Because I also have that book that Marcel mentioned that you wrote about the toad deck. Why does it have three magicians in that deck?
Well, I mean that. Of course, every deck is original and unique, and that's the Thoth the Thoth deck by
Oh,
Aleister Crowley.
yeah,
Crowley, and by the way, that's the deck I learned on. I learned
Yeah.
on that deck from a woman, a great
I know
teacher.
her name. I know her name.
What is it?
Adrian,
Really?
Adrian, Adrian,
Angelus Arian.
Angelus.
Angelus Arian.
Yeah, yeah,
Angelus, like
yeah.
angel. Angel.
Angelus
Angel,
Arian.
yeah,
Yes.
Angelus
Angelus.
Arian.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
I
was
have
my
her book
teacher.
as well because I
Yes.
learned from the Alistair Crow. That is my basic deck.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
beautiful. It's a beautiful deck.
Yeah,
But you know, a lot of people they get into personalities and the history of people. Like Aleister Crowley might be a very strange person to some people.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I really don't know.
People
I
see
just
him
read.
as a dark
I
energy.
don't. No, I don't.
No,
I
me
don't.
neither. Because
Yeah.
that is nice to say in this conversation
Mhm.
because the cards were created by a woman.
Yes. Yes.
And the
Yes.
Lady in the
story
Water.
goes, Frida was her name,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Lady
Right.
Harris.
Yes.
Yes.
The story goes that she transformed his darkness into
Oh.
into the transcendent magician.
Oh. Oh.
Because
Oh.
when light and dark come together, they become one.
You
Because
know
we
what?
all have light and dark.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what's so great about our conversation now is that we're talking to each other, but through the cards, these archetypes, these
Yeah,
Yeah,
personalities. So we are revealing a lot about who we are, and also in the conversation with you all. So it's tarot for me is a great team play. It's playing
yeah,
together, playing together, and like we are doing now. And this is for me. This is the most fun.
yeah,
This is the best kind of conversation
yeah,
because it's deep. The conversation is meaningful. It's
yeah,
real, and it's not all it's all good. Meh, meh, meh. You know, it's a
yeah.
balance of it all, and to hear. So what I want is this possible now? If you guys between the two of you could pick a card for me in this
yes.
group, who am I in
Well,
our reunion group here? Who?
I'm gonna take Marcel his deck. I
Oh,
usually have the English deck, but
okay.
this was like a deck my aunt
Oh,
bought when Marcel was giving a workshop for me in Rotterdam.
wow.
And she died a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
And she bought it, but the cards are like so new. She never used it, I think.
hmm that happens.
So I think for this rebirth reunion talk,
Right.
and I'm gonna mention her.
Okay.
If you can hear me wherever you are, in which dimension, give
Ooh.
us a card
It's
for
magic. It's magic. It's magic.
this conversation. And of course, I have to,
Do what? Breathe?
you have to, I don't know what is, I have to initiate, what is invading, Marcel? I
In
have to make the
initiation.
cards my own. I never used this card deck before.
Whoa. That's
Nice.
Marcel's deck.
Hmm?
So we're gonna ask, this is Marcel, his deck in Dutch.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's in
it's a
Dutch. Oh,
Voyager
it's in
Tarot
Dutch.
with my book.
Oh, interesting.
It's not my
Interesting.
deck, but
Got
it
it.
is my book.
I've
Oh,
got it. I've got it
okay.
here. So we have
Okay.
the lovers, and
Wow.
we have in Dutch it is verdrukking, the five of staves.
Ooh.
But that was
Ooh.
not the card. I just got the deck and it was like that. So now
I understand.
we're gonna do a card in what is James's energy.
Okay. Okay.
You see, I was
Well,
feeling that this was gonna be a Dutch and English thing.
Mhm.
oh man, how many times have you been in a conversation with somebody from Suriname, somebody who is Dutch,
And
and somebody like
I
me?
think
You know,
my feeling of bringing us together was like really based on the lovers and on a loving intention because your card, James,
oh,
is vreugdeval, the women of
The,
cups.
the
oh,
rejoicer.
The rejoicer. Oh, look, it's also again re. You're gonna be my
Joyce.
re man.
Yeah, Joyce, Joyce, joy, joy, joy.
Rejoice.
Yeah.
And in
Yes.
Dutch, it is vreugdevol. Vrouw van bekers. Women of cups.
Woman of
Wow.
Cups. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, you
Uh,
guys, talking to you two is amazing for me today, now
mm,
in life, because
mm,
the last few years in my life have been very difficult and
Yeah.
just not easy. It's the hero's journey we're all in, you know. So, I mean, I had cancer a couple years ago, and that was no fun, you know, almost killed me. But I'm back, you know, and then I rebound. I come back, rebound, re.
Yeah, but then you didn't say that when you overcame cancer, you were also in a coma for a month or so
No. That happened
after
later.
that.
After
Late,
after cancer,
yeah,
I got attacked by some bad people in Los Angeles.
yeah,
Attacked. They knocked me out, so I went into a coma, unconscious for a couple months, and I'm still in a little bit of recovery
yeah.
now. Recover, you know,
Recovering. Yeah, recovering.
recovery.
And I know this
Yes,
because you and I was telling Marcel, we had also a rehearsal
Re-
interview when the sound didn't record it.
right. Ah, but the key to life is to be able to
Yeah,
rebound, recover, restart.
rebalance,
Yes, rebalance, rejuvenate,
reunite.
re-energize,
and,
Yes,
and rebound for sure. Yeah.
yes, rebound.
yeah, and
We are the re-gang. The
we are the
re-gang.
re-gang. We should name the group like that because ain't it wonderful that we have like the sun, we have the magician,
Oh,
and we
whoa.
have the rejoicer.
Nice. The
Beautiful.
rejoice.
Yeah.
Trinity is about the woman of cups,
Yes,
the
rejoice.
sun, and the magician. So we have to make it happen and manifest it.
We're supposed to. It's our
Yeah.
job now.
Yeah.
It's our job. So I suggest that you two come up with a name because the name of this video is like Soul to Soul Talk with Marcel Zwart and James Wanless. But we have to do a group or do a broadcast channel that's gonna have a kind of name.
Hmm.
Wow. 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 Yeah. I mean, maybe something like reunion to rejuvenation or rejoice. You know,
Yeah,
so I like the transition, the
yes.
transformation here.
I
Because
love rejuvenation.
if
Rejuvenation.
we let the sun shine in as the song of what the fifth dimension was the name of the band. I
Right.
mean, isn't that futuristic?
It's,
Oh,
well,
I'm gonna ask Marcel this question because Marcel, in the song, they predicted astrologically when the sun is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns to Mars. When is that?
whoa. Ooh.
Oh,
It's
but
a
that can happen so many
good
times.
technical question.
That's not really the main thing for our era. The but then upside down. The main thing in this era is Pluto enters Aquarius,
Yes.
and that will uh, it will bring a lot of confusion on one hand, and it will bring a lot of clarity on the other hand. And I think that this Pluto in Aquarius means that it everybody is searching for his or her own way to
Yes.
allow all kinds of dissent, all kinds of different thinking,
Yes.
different views,
Yes.
and that is a very important thing, but it's certainly not easy. It's certainly not easy
That's why
because
Hey,
it's yeah, yeah. That's why it's
no,
the
and
hero's journey. Yeah.
yes,
yes,
and
yes,
also because if you look at Aquarius, that's why I also challenged myself to do these talks because um, technical wise and being on the internet is really not my thing. But I do know that Aquarius, as a futuristic sign, loves gadgets and all the technology that makes life easier. I mean, it's a wonderful thing that we can have a conversation from Suriname, United States, and the Netherlands coming together.
yeah,
Amazing. Yes.
yeah,
And
Wow.
and
I
ain't
love it.
it so, Marcel, that if Atlantis really existed, that a lot of civilizations went under because of the misuse of technology.
Ooh.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
certainly.
Yeah. Interesting.
So,
The
as a
And
misuse.
humanity in this Aquarius age, it is like, have we learned from the past to use technology in a sensible, humanitarian way?
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good question.
It is.
Uh,
It is.
it's
Yeah.
and I think it is always the basic question of Aquarius is how do you want to be as an individual
Ah.
in a greater social context?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is a question that arises in all kinds of situations.
Yes. Wow. Wow.
And the sign of the times, that's a nice passage of a nice wording of Prince.
Yeah.
The sign of the times is really interesting. For instance, Pluto in Aquarius means today also all kinds of things like chat GPT,
Yeah.
all kinds of things like mass communication, Twitter, and so on and so on.
And
So,
and AI.
Yeah.
yeah,
AI. AI. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
AI and ChatGPT and all those kind of things. They are a very important part of the story that's developing right now, where
Exactly.
it's um, technology is something good because you gain, and it's dangerous
Yeah.
because something can get lost.
Mhm.
Yes. Lost in translation.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah,
That was a great film, a great movie
Yes.
made,
yeah.
Yes.
in American guy in Tokyo, in Japan, lost in
I
translation.
love that film. And it was a very good title, definitely. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, exactly. That was
Yeah.
cool. Wow, it's great. We can laugh together too. A
Yeah.
lot of groups they can talk and but they don't enjoy each other.
Aha. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't have fun together.
Mhm.
And I think
Mhm.
we are. I'm having fun. I hope you
Yeah.
guys
Me
are.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
And
you're speaking the card. You're
And
Everything?
speaking the card that is being picked, that has been picked by Gail,
Oh, by
the
Gail.
rejoicer.
Oh, the
the
Rejoicer.
rejoicer.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah,
That is a
yeah.
beautiful card too. Oh
But it's
boy.
your card.
Well, yeah.
I picked
He
it
picked
for
So,
it for
you.
you.
I picked it for you.
well, when I made Voyager, I did it with a friend of mine, and he was a great artist. He's a real professional artist. I'm not. I'm a have fun artist. I love art, but
Yeah.
so I would tell him the card we're going to do is called the Lovers or Art or whatever one of the cards in the tarot might be, and then he would start in his own imagination, put it together. You know, this and this, and put it together, and then this is the way we worked all the time. I would look at his card that he made and say,
Yeah,
eh, oh, I like that. That's great. That's cool. Or I
Yeah.
don't know about this. Maybe we can change that. So it's two people coming together. I mean, teams, teams are the strongest, you know, in the world. It's not individuals. It's together,
yeah,
us
Yeah.
yeah,
together. And that's why I'm having such fun. This is great joy for me. I'm
Yeah,
rejoicing,
for me as well.
rejoicing.
And Marcel must agree that, of course, like Aquarius is about community and more humanitarian. So, as a real Aquarius, I am searching for my soul tribe now and bring that soul tribe together,
Wow.
because the time is now. We're talking about the sign of times. I think the time of the lone wolf is over, and it is time to bring our talents and gifts together and just do
Yeah.
what we came to do here.
Yes. 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 And it's a free conversation.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying, oh, I don't like what you're saying or any of that stuff. We're very supportive of each other,
mm,
very
mm,
loving and kind with each
mm.
other here. So this is Gail. Thank you for
Yeah,
making this happen.
thank you as well.
yeah. Thank
I
you
think
too.
we definitely have to do like maybe this was like a bit of a general conversation. We touched upon so many things. I mean, this is our stuff, but I do think
Yeah.
that the viewers will think, what are they talking about? So I think it would be very nice to maybe do like a series, like this is our first conversation, but go
Okay.
deeper into the cards, into the hero's journey. Like
Yes.
Shiro has hero in it, so it's about
Yes.
women and men, and maybe we can start call it something else in conversations. Um, I would like
Maybe.
your input in that we can maybe have weekly conversations about the hero's journey and the heroine's journey.
Oh, I like this. I like
Mm,
that.
I don't know
Yeah.
if Marcel has the time, but it
yeah,
would definitely be nice to maybe have like Marcel still has to, I think, we can do like every week a Facebook live, for example, and then we
Something.
can we can put our networks together like every midweek Wednesday. We have like
Right.
bedtime stories with Marcel and James and Gail, for example.
But but could we invite other people to join us? Do you
We
think?
can. We can. I just have to look into, like, I have now this whereby Marcel can send the link to other people. You can send the link to other people because I can have, I think, 50 people in the room.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
50?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Why not?
if we can do like, if we say every week on Wednesday or something, we invite people to join us, and
Yes.
we have this talk. People can ask questions, because I like this whereby thing, because you're invited into my room. So I have this room on internet, and people
Mhm.
feel as well, because they have to knock, knock, knock. Who is there? So we can have this conversation if we spread the link, and people who
Right.
have the link can join in.
Yes. I love this. I love this.
So let
Yes.
let us think about it. I'm gonna also do a WhatsApp group for the three of us,
Okay.
and then I don't have to first go to Marcel and then communicate it to you. I'm gonna
No.
do a WhatsApp group. It's called Reunion, and
Okay.
then
Yes.
people we wanna reunite as well
Yes.
can come
Yes.
together in that group as well, and then it can grow, and we see then we have a Voyager group.
Right. And it's fun.
Yes,
It
exactly.
is fun.
Yes.
It should be fun,
Yeah.
because we are just like bringing the fun and the sunlight into people's life again, and the magic. We don't have to forget the magician.
Right. Ooh, Marcel
Uh-huh.
the
I
magician.
will take care for that.
So the magician, do you have a last word to say?
Oh yeah,
The
magician.
magician does never have a last word to say.
Ooh, ooh.
Always,
Oh, usually the first word.
always new first words. No, I would say this is a great start. And every
Yes.
Wednesday, I think every once in a while, a Wednesday will be busy for me with other things. But basically, I like this idea. And we
Yes.
will visit and knock knock.
Right. Knock,
Yeah,
knock,
and we
knock.
can do, I was saying Wednesday, but we can do it every day, any day that suits us.
Yeah.
I
Today's
think
Tuesday.
Wednesday is a good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just
Wednesday
we're,
is okay to me.
Yeah.
we will look at it in the group, and then we can just
Okay.
app.
This is how groups make decisions, how
Yeah.
a team makes decisions. We all contribute and we figure it out. We can do
Yes.
that.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
exactly.
We have
I
the
love this.
energy of the cards, and I want to thank you so very
Oh,
much that
oh,
you
thank
Yeah.
joined me
you.
in this conversation. Yeah. And this was like the seed we planted. It was so nice to have this talk with you both.
This is a pleasure. I feel I've had so much fun. It's been just a joy, a
And
joy.
I
Yeah.
feel re-energized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I
Yes.
love
Yeah.
it.
Thank you, James, and thank
Yeah.
Till
you,
next time.
Gail.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All
Bye
right.
Shine
bye.
on.
Yeah. And Marcel, say hello to Marikan. Okay.
Yeah, I will. Thank
Your
you.
wife. Yeah. She's
Yes.
beautiful.